San Diego Coastkeeper, one of our biggest initiatives going on is the creation of marine protected areas, or known as MPAs.
MPA is a marine protected area.
Marine protected areas, or MPAs for short, are areas of the ocean that have been set aside for protection.
It's essentially creating the national parks of the sea.
So just as we have national parks on land and areas set aside like Yosemite's, Yellowstone's, we're trying to do the same thing in the ocean to allow for there to be an area set aside for populations to replenish.
MPAs really make a big difference in a lot of different areas around the world and are increasingly used as tools for what's called ecosystem-based management. And ecosystem-based management is really an effort to protect the integrity, the biological integrity of ecosystems. The idea with ecosystem-based management is to really manage the ecological processes that occur in these ecosystems, keeping the ecosystems intact so that their functions continue and the species diversity and species richness continue to exist.
The reason this is so important is we know our oceans are in decline. There have been several studies over the last few years, the Ocean Commission, U.S. Ocean Commission report, the Pew Ocean Commission report, that have said our oceans are on the brink of collapse. 90% of big fish have disappeared over the last 50 years. We know it here in San Diego, the tuna fishery, which was what's so prominent and such a vital part of our economy, is essentially gone.
And I realized that we have a world-class fishery right here in our backyard.
This area contains the highest density of kelp bass in the whole Southern California Bight.
San Diego is one of only 3 breeding grounds for mako sharks in the world. And it's so important that these fish are protected, because once you eliminate apex predators, out of the food chain, everything kind of goes crazy. These sharks, especially the mako shark, they are definitely kind of the policemen out in the ocean. They keep things in order.
Started on the Channel Islands, creating marine protected areas. We moved to the Central Coast, to the North Central Coast, and that effort is now coming to San Diego and to all of Southern California.
In San Diego, currently we have 10 marine protected areas, and they are pretty much hugging the coastline, and they're relatively small. The Marine Life Protection Act is working to create a cohesive network of marine protected areas that are scientifically based so that we can figure out where they need to be placed that will provide the most benefits.
It's really important that the public accepts these and embraces them, and that includes the fishermen and as well as all the ocean users who are out there every day.
The Marine Protected Area campaign for us is really important because it's about leaving that legacy. It's about leaving something for our children and our grandchildren to be able to look back at these vital national parks of the sea and be able to enjoy those again for generations to come.
And we've reached the point now where we really have to critically think about what we're going to leave, what kind of legacy we're going to leave to the next generation. I have a couple of kids, and I hope that we are able to produce a set of protected areas in the ocean to serve as heritage areas so that they'll be able to see what I was able to see as a child.
If we don't have these protected areas, and we don't have these areas where these mako sharks and threshers can come and breed, we're not going to have these fish for future generations, and it's so important.
There are many ways that the public can become involved in this process, and I think it's been amazing from what I've seen in the Central and especially the North Central Coast process with public participation.
One of the things that's important to note about Coastkeeper, of course, is that we couldn't do it without the San Diego community. Every year, 10,000 volunteers come out to support our volunteer efforts. Every year we get financial support and other type of support from the community.
And it's time that everyone can get involved. The process is driven from the bottom up by the public.
We're hoping everybody in San Diego continues to stand up and show us the support that you've shown us over the last 13 years and continue to support Coastkeeper as we fight in the future for clean, safe, healthy water supplies, for cleaning up our contaminated waterways, stopping the pollution from going into our waterways, restoring our local habitat, and really making sure that San Diego is a leader when it comes to regional sustainability.
And we're at a tipping point in history right now where this is the generation that has the opportunity to kind of make or break the oceans, and we need to make sure that we're keeping a system in place that is going to be around for many years to come, because I really feel that if the ocean dies, that doesn't leave much hope for us, and it's important that we take this opportunity to really make a significant difference now.